Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to have a look at the SMV6664 and tell you guys just how you need to play this tank, because there are so many people out there that are playing this tank wrong and they should not play it the way they are playing it. So we're going to start off, of course, with the gun. So it has two guns. Well, it has three guns. A lot of people are playing it with this gun, the auto reloader, of course, with the reserved shell. Just naturally, you know, people go to it, they see it, and they're like, you know what, this pretty decent gun. But honestly, do not play it with this gun. You have to play it with the single shot gun, which is basically this one right here. Honestly, do not play this tank any other way. You have to play it with this gun. Honestly, you play it with any other gun, you're playing it wrong. So we're going to look at the stats, and then we're going to just get into a couple of games, of course, in using the better gun out there. So you've got 255 millimeters of turret armor, so you've got a decent turret, and you've also actually got a decent hull at 220 mil. Your DPM with the single shotgun is almost 3,000, which is pretty decent. Your reload time is 8.42 seconds. Penetration is 243 on your AP and 318 on your heat. We are running calibrated shells. That is why you've got over 300 millimeters on your heat, which is pretty decent. That will get through just about anything that comes your way. 65 on your HE. You've got a 410 alpha gun on your AP, 350 on your heat, and 525 on your HE, which is pretty solid. Aim time, of course, is not great at 4.1, the same as the gun dispersion at 0.344. You do, however, have 11 degrees of gun depression, which is very, very nice. With that turret armor as well, if you can get on a ridge, get yourself on a ridge. Get your ass on that ridge, because 11 degrees of gun depression is very, very nice. Your top speed is 38 kilometers per hour. So to be fair, not bad speed either. And again, yes, I know it is marked down as a tank destroyer, but honestly, don't play it like a tank destroyer. If you play it like a tank destroyer, you're kind of playing it wrong. It really is not a tank destroyer kind of tank. I would play it with like a heavy, because you've got the armor profile, especially if you are on a ridge. Of course, we are going to get shot from the side, but if you are on a ridge, you've got that gun depression, you've got that DPM, and of course, you've got that armor to deal with anything that comes in front of you. So don't sit at the back of the map and play it like a Borzik. You know, we've got a guy, where are we? Over there, the SU-130. Don't sit at the back and play it like him, because you will be playing it wrong, honestly. Just play it like a normal heavy tank, then you will succeed. And of course, people will naturally play it with the autoloader, because people do like autoloaders. But as soon as you start playing it with the single shot gun, you will actually realize just how better this tank is, because just changing the gun, I know they're both sort of tier 8 guns, and there's not too much in it, but if you start using the autoloader and start using that reverse shell, then of course your reload is going to be a lot longer and your DPM dramatically decreases. So use the single shotgun. You will find the tank much better, and it is a pretty solid tank. With the single shotgun, it is a very, very good tank. With the auto reloader, it's an average tank. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad tank, but as long as you don't use that last shell, then it is sort of an average kind of tank. It's not like an amazing, it's not a standout amazing tank, but using the single shotgun, it is actually a pretty it is a very good tank, and up there with the better TDs. Honestly, it is a good tank. You just need to play this gun, and if you haven't played using this gun, go and play it. Go change from the autoloader, go use this gun, and you will just see just how better this tank is. So that's just a nice easy 4,000 damage, and again, I've done that very, very, very easily. This time we are going to see a bit of a better game, and he's going to actually do a crazy amount of damage. So we're just going to fast forward it a little bit. And as I've said, with the gun depression as well, do try and get on a ridge, because it really will help. You didn't really see me getting on a ridge. I didn't really have the opportunity to with the layout of the enemy tanks. But if you can get on a ridge line, honestly, it will help, because you've got 11 degrees. There's not many tanks out there, especially in this sort of higher tier, that has 11 degrees of gun depression, and especially tanks that have actually a pretty solid turret as well. So do try get on a ridge and use that gun depression to your advantage. It really will help. And not only changing guns, you'll see the tank is much better, but start playing it on a ridge, you'll see that the tank is even more better using this gun. So we're going to see our guy now. So far, 2,400 damage done. Hasn't taken any shots, hasn't bounced any shots. So, of course, it's still full hit points. Now, there is one tank down a piece. He has managed to get to the side of the J Panther, and that is now another tank down. So, 2 tanks down each. You've got this guy trying to run away. That is a one shot. And again, I think the speed for the tank, you know, it is a heavy tank. It is a nice tank with good armor. But I think the speed is more than acceptable. A lot of people will think, you know, it's not a fast tank, but if this is like really fast, then yeah, of course it would completely be a bit overpowered. But I think the speed is acceptable for the tank, and actually I think it's quite good for what tank it is. So that is 1 kill for our guy, 2,900 damage. You can see quite a few tanks in front of him, but no worries, he's going to hide his hull, and you can see that he's only just showing his turret, and there are plenty of tanks to choose. Well, it's a 4 versus 4, so I like the fact that he's not rushing in. He is going to be very, very patient. The Panther is there as well, so the Panther hopefully is going to open up the tanks and showcase where they are, so our guy can just farm some damage. There's the Tiger, there's the VK, and of course there are another 2 tanks as well. Now he's going to get on that ridge line. What a beautiful shot. Very, very nice ammo rack. That now pushes his damage up just to over 5,000 damage. And just look at the position he is in. He's on this ridge, and he's managing to get his gun down enough to get the bottom plate of the T-32. That T-32 is not going to really be able to do anything unless he aims at weak points. Of course, every tank does have weak points, but not too many weak points with this tank. I'm not saying you can't penetrate the turret. Of course, you can penetrate the turret. But if you keep sort of moving, get on a ridge, keep moving backwards, forwards, sideways, and the other side, then, yeah, it does make it quite difficult to be able to penetrate. So far, 6,700 damage. All 3 tanks now are pretty low hit points, and he's still sitting there with 1,400 hit points. Hasn't been shot a single time. Hasn't bounced anything. Hasn't been penetrated. He's literally just not been shot at all. So he needed them hit points. So you can see him on a ridge now. The Tiger 1 is coming down. And what's the Tiger going to do? Yeah, just go back to the garage. What are you even playing at? So that is now 7,400 damage. Can he get the kill? Just 5 kills with almost 7,500 damage done. So hopefully that battle there at least showcases just how strong the SMV CC64 constructor can really be. And I really do recommend grinding this tank only if you play the single shot gun. Let me know what you prefer. What gun do you prefer, the autoloader? Because some people will, or of course are you the single shotgun guy or woman? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I am meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye.